When the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am appeared, it carried an unmistakable presence that blended raw muscle with a touch of sophistication. The sleek, low-slung profile spoke of speed before the engine even roared to life. Wide fender flares, bold body lines, and the signature split grille gave it a menacing stance, while the famous screaming chicken decal on the hood became a cultural icon that set it apart from anything else on the road. It was never just a car. It was a statement, embodying an era when American performance machines were larger than life. The sound of its V8 engine rumbled like thunder, a deep growl that could be felt through the ground. Beneath the hood, depending on the year and trim, one could find engines ranging from small blocks to the legendary 455 cubic inch powerhouses, engines that delivered raw torque and blistering straight-line speed. Even when emissions regulations tightened the grip on horsepower in the 1970s, the Trans Am carried enough spirit to keep enthusiasts excited, becoming one of the few cars of its time that still hinted at the golden age of muscle. Sliding into the cabin revealed a driver-focused interior with a deep-set dash and aircraft-inspired styling. The cockpit wrapped around the driver with gauges, switches, and details that felt ready for action. The thick, sports-style steering wheel and high-backed bucket seats created the feeling of being strapped into something powerful and commanding. Though the interior wasn't dripping in luxury, it exuded character, giving drivers a sense of control and connection to the road. The Trans Am's cultural impact reached beyond horsepower figures and design details. Movies and television helped turn it into a legend, with Smokey and the Bandit cementing its place as one of the most recognizable American cars ever built. On-screen, it became more than transportation. It was a symbol of freedom, rebellion, and unstoppable charm. That black and gold special edition car, with its T-tops removed and its bird decal shining in the sun, became forever burned into the memory of car enthusiasts around the world. Performance wasn't limited to straight-line speed. Pontiac engineers worked on its suspension, giving the Trans Am sharper handling than many of its muscle car rivals. Wider tires, tuned shocks, and stabilizer bars offered surprising agility, making it a car that could take on winding roads with confidence. By combining brute force with control, it bridged the gap between raw muscle and performance refinement, paving the way for what American sports cars would later become. As years passed, the Firebird Trans Am evolved, adopting new styling, technology, and engines while still holding true to its original identity. Through the 1980s and 1990s, it remained a dream machine for those who grew up hearing its roar and seeing it dominate the streets. Even when the Firebird line came to an end in 2002, the Trans Am's legacy had already been written in bold letters across automotive history. Collectors today chase after pristine examples, and enthusiasts modify them to push performance to new levels, keeping the spirit alive. The Pontiac Firebird Trans Am was never just a product of its specs, it was a car that represented attitude. It carried the soul of American performance, the thrill of breaking free, and the style that defined decades of car culture. Even now, decades later, its design, sound, and reputation continue to stir emotions, proving that true legends never fade, they simply wait for the next road to conquer.